Thanks. I'm going to read my parts of one of the pieces that Mikkel and I wrote a number of years ago called Limnature. It's in Pleasure Text Possession, and we'll be reading more from that later. Translation is called Limnature. Limnature. Translations of the Horned Moon in limnary scripts and liminal screens. The limnature twined around the golden branch, the laurel sighing her blood buds into bloom, inscripted in cribbed and crabbled writ wrinkles. No end to description in the tangled metallics of fluid writing, a mass of charged glowing wire. Penned and panting, a limnature richesse, embarrassment of enceinture, overflooded by deliverance. The horned moon whispers solace to the pent laurel, writing light on fluid light, silver on hematite, metamorph being light and dark at once, in the forests of the night, which sounds like day. In spiraled day twisting around a sustenance bough, redundancy of images discovering their sentences, plunging upward toward any source of light, all makes a brave flaming by any means necessary. The dance of internal trembling, the dance of embattled rapture. Don't deny you in my dream of my mother on my shoulder, were Mercury handle horned moon shadowed in gold. Laurel lapses forthwith, her writing cramped inside a bark itself overwritten, rough flood of abrasure kisses, thematically scarred, lips parch penned on proper nouns like Apollo, Artemis, the florid belt of jewels, journey of the homeless word to vortex source. Her tongue trips over the obvious, the lover long gone, etc. She plummets upward, upbursting toward firework. In fibular stabs of writing a threaded surface wound, pendle weapon of self and twisted emancipation. Writing repentant. On today the penitent takes only bitter herb broth and limits word pour, limnature the only beneficiary. At one meant no clutter of business and no superfluid stasis, just the heart of the matter. An isolated heart yearns in ritual trembling, forced to eat its own excrescences during the today difficult stretch. A trove of deliquaries captured in text. The near-blind boy learned on a primitive press to make the fabled cloth from the dreams and confessions of 100,000 bodhisattvas, wherein were patterned traces of untranslatable joy. As the day was chosen by lunar methods, so she felt in tune with the scripted abjection. Rebel seed, revel breath. Forsythia saw the sprig of friendship offered, and this is Forsythia season actually. Pedaled down on the long switch, reveals across abyss and touch sprinkle, tickles underneath, archaeolalia babbling up. Is it contrived? Is it act as if brave and stiff? Is it yielding and yellow-green? Is it sap in the warm limbs wanting to wake up and be made new? Is it azure or is it blue? Celestite glints in the yellow depth, hulled vortex of promise sex, pliant braid of complaint, rebel seed of red insurgents to be created. Lamp and fountain, the spectral husband. Two trajectories for light sound intellection. He pulls the bracelets this way, then that, no give. A general devastation follows the one-word sentence. Serenity seeps in through eyes and skin, but threaded steel cuts the exposed wrists. Lipstick smeared across the screen. Who can light up from inside? Who can possibly bring joy now? The click, the echo, makes a gray sleaze for pronouncing. A linear embellishment fills in the linen, lumen pouring through stamen. I send these yellow lines to the spectral husband. They are fountains of light spraying out of barren limnature, stretching the vessel in a holding pattern. What does it hold in its heart nested in petals? Titles bereft of a text. A book of days, a daybed, a friendship sampler, token atonement, orphaned metamorphemes, a linen edict, orphan epistemology. What to do when honed-in iron fire, exceptional word use, and strange neural disposition go courting? I can't stop here. Words jump out of their skins to give language to, consumed down whale's hatchet into ribbed arcana, vast arc of arachnid synasteria, splendor fear, possessed, nay desiring machine, brought to life by that young. Those letters I cling to, ladder lattice, the lace of writing I make, stiff linen edict, touch my rough, imprint brazed from the bias cut on the grid, riddled profusion, muddled fabrication mix, filmic griddle, shattered rattle, cambric diaphan, heddle mood, sheer shangled jimmer, a ghost in the loom room, a ghost in the studio, a friendship sampler, a scandalous voyage, comrade shambles. How to wield a vision of words and linen, ruby lumen, nomen nature, natural name, raspberry newman. Lip stitched to blood linen, ruby spray of raspberries wavers into palpable color. What comes of inched counting? Color blossom, wanting, profound, marooned roses. Unstoppable overspill of abundant fruits and berries, stitched chain of natural hues, fabricant